Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at top legend teams for the Great League Remix Cup. If you're wondering where are the top teams for the Open Master League, check out the video that I did about the Open Master League 4 weeks ago. I was thinking about making another video towards it, but honestly the teams are literally the same, so there was no reason for it. It's going to be linked in the end card anywhere of this video, so definitely check that video out. Also linked in the end card going to be the top 10 teams that I did before the Great League Remix Cup was available. Basically, the teams that you see here today, some of them are the same as I did in the video prior, but only if I saw people actually having great success with it. Other teams are brand new from top tier battlers, so definitely stay tuned for this. But also, if you enjoy this type of videos, I would really appreciate it if you would leave a like and subscribe. As you can see here, 69% of you are not subscribed, so feel free to do so, and let's move right into team number 1. No meta analysis, the meta is still the same. So let's move on here to team number 1. We're going to have a team from Jesus here. Jesus coming here with a great team that can be played in two different ways. There is one way that he played it with Annihilate Bleed, Say-Stop of Duger, I think, and the Empoleon in the back. And there was another way where they used the Annihilate in the lead, Say-Stop of the Quagsire and Duger in the back. So different kind of ways of playing the same kind of team. We're going to have Annihilate being one of the strongest picks for this current meta. A little bit of a trickier Pokemon to deal with for this team might actually be Feraligatr, but with a good team effort, I think it's still going to be kind of doable. So solid team, Double Water seems so good in the current meta in any kind of format. It is kind of wild. I feel like water types kind of needs like a nerf in terms of maybe buffing some electric type Pokemon more or some grass type Pokemon a bit more. Would love to see this. Maybe Niantic going to deliver, but who knows. Let's move on to team number 2. It's me. There are going to be, I think, 3 teams that I played and that I built because it was actually difficult to see people actually posting stuff towards this cup online. I feel like a lot of people are currently taking a break, which is fine, but this is one of my, it's actually my favorite team that I played so far, I think, for this cup. I had like a 13-game win streak with this team. Double with a Wild Charge, and actually it might have been even more, but I just stopped playing the team, that's mainly it. But Double with a Wild Charge in the lead was so great, and I can talk a little bit more about it, why it's so great. We're going to have Carbing in the lead. You can over farm quite a lot, let the opponent throw like a Rock Slide and then swap out. You're fine with that, have like 100 energy and you're going to be happy about it. Here, other Pokemon that you lose against Steelix, you can just stay in for a little bit as well, let them throw a charge move, then swap out to Feraligatr. You have 2 good answers in the back, and you just keep energy. Gligar, it's still kind of neutral, but you also have your own Gligar in the back as well as your Feraligatr, so do what you want to do. Usually I would recommend you to go for like a Body Slam, then swap out into the Feraligatr later on. And so basically against nearly everything you're going to have some play here with this Pokemon. There's basically not a single Pokemon other than Annihilate, I guess, in the lead that you don't want to face with this thing, which is kind of wild. So like Double is overpowered in the lead, by far the best lead most likely in this cup. Feraligatr Say-Stop, I would recommend here the normal variant, not the Shadow variant, because it's going to allow you to have better battles against the Gligar, which might be a little bit of an issue. So normal Feraligatr is a little bit better for it, and Shadow Gligar in the back. Lovely team, really would recommend you to try it out. By far my favorite team of this season so far, like for this meta at least. Next one, I had to put this team in here as well, also a team that I built, and it's not actually the correct one that I have here, by the way. Don't run Foul Play, run the Trailblaze on this Pokemon. There's a video towards this Pokemon, or like towards this team as well. Don't really want to change it right now, but Trailblaze is my recommendation on Berserker. Berserker is a perfect Say-Stop for this meta as well. Against Annihilate, you can still actually realign if the opponent lets the first move go through, or you get a shield advantage. So you're always going to get an advantage if the opponent stops in their Annihilate. Against Needy, everything else you're going to be also fine, have some coverage. Against Quagsire, you're going to have coverage if you run Trailblaze. Against Gligar, you're still going to be fine. It is going to be always kind of losing matchup for you because the opponent also kind of gets doing the moves at the same time. One Dig is going to one-shot you, so it's not really the greatest matchup. But against the rest, it's kind of fine. And the amount of people that I saw hitting Legend with this, I encounter at least like 4 or 5 battles each day against this team here. It is kind of mad. Like this team is like everywhere now, and like a lot of people have great success with it. So feel free to try it out. A little bit of an issue might be for this team, by the way, the Magna Zone, but you can still actually play around it, especially with the Shadow variant, because Dragon Breath of Dragonite does a ton of damage. Plus you have Berserker, which is going to have Shadow Claw, so still doable. Team number 4, we're going to have a team with Magna Zone. I have to put it in here, like I tried it out again. Like this is my favorite team for the Open Great League. It is still my favorite team for this league as well. It is just so good. Like it is like such a good team. Magna Zone, Annihilate, Say-Stop, Mantine in the back. Very consistent, a lot of fun to play. Would really recommend you. If you encounter Gliga in the lead, go for a wild charge, swap out eventually, or just you can even play out the lead matchup. It's totally fine. So like this team is like so good. I don't really want to talk too much about it because I showcased like 4 or 5 times now already on the channel. My favorite team by far. It is so overpowered. So feel free to try it out. Definitely something you need to get for climbing to legend. Next one. This is actually a team that I had also in the top teams last week for Dracos as well here, but Softov used the team as well, but not with the Akamo, but with the Gastlord, but I just put the Akamo in here still as an alternative if you don't have the a little bit more trickier to get Gastlord variant there, but yeah, she used Gastlord. Use Gastlord if you want to try the exact same team. Here we're going to have the Hakamo variant of it as well. This was already on the top teams last week, and they just saw that, used it, and got up to nearly 3,500 or even above 3,500 Edo range with this team. So yeah, they use Gastlord, try Gastlord, Hakamo, good alternative. You can also use Dragon Knight, you can also use Dragonair, all going to be fine, but good team to use. So let's move on to team number 6. This is also a team that I am kinda surprised about. I am not too sure, but it got up to 3,500 rating on the leaderboard. So yeah, what can I say? We're going to have here the Dragon Knight, Cresselia, Carving, which is kind of interesting, but I am actually kind of confused on how this player got up to this rating with this one. I still have to like kind of want to put it in here because it is the top leaderboard ranked team here, but Steelix? I don't know, like Steelix does exist most likely, so it is going to be a little tricky to deal with Steelix here with this team. The rest is kind of fine, but I was like thinking, how do you beat Steelix again? But yeah, maybe it's still going to work out. If you don't encounter Steelix, you're going to have a great time with it. Who knows? But yeah, this got up to 3,500. But again, like if you take a look at the higher up meta, it's sometimes a little bit different. It's like quite a lot of different teams that you can see there compared to like lower meta. So that might also one reason for this. But yeah, if you want to try it out and let me know if this is actually going to work out, yeah, feel free to do so. But let's move on to team number 7. This team here is actually something that I would more expect to work out well. It is going to be the Dragon Knight here in the lead as a Shadow variant. I think they had Shadow Gliga as well in the Ferrothorn. I feel like the way you kind of want to play this one is you have a great core in the back of Gliga and the Ferrothorn. It's basically a perfect core. So if you can align yourself with the elite and have like a neutral lead matchup, just play it out. Have a great time, hopefully you win the lead matchup and then align yourself later on, because the other Pokemon can kind of cover for each other. If you encounter a Fairy type, if you encounter any hard answer to like the Dragonite that's not like an Ice type Pokemon, because Ice type's a little bit tricky for you because you have a double weakness to it, then feel free, I think, to swap into the Gliga. I think that would help you out a little bit more, keeping a Dragonite alive and just having kind of like an ABC style line then. But yeah, again, it is going to be a very solid team. I encountered this team actually quite a lot of times recently, and I beat it quite easily as well because I had an Ice type Pokemon on the lead. There was, I think, I counted this team like 2-3 times with the Sandshrew video, which was very good for me. But otherwise, I think it's a great team to use, so definitely try it out. I think this definitely should work out pretty well and got this player up to also, I think, like rank 4 on the leaderboards or something. It's kind of mad. Team number 8, I made a video about this already, so definitely check that out as well on my channel. Great team, very great team. Had a lot of fun to play with it. Give it a little bit of time to actually, yeah, to understand the team correctly. The thing is, it is a little bit tricky in the beginning to actually really play towards it. What you have to do is keep your shields for Charizard. Like, even if you're going to get a super effective hit against your Steelix, a lot of times it's better to let it go through and keep your shields for Charizard, because Charizard is such a great closer in this current meta. I have to say, this team was a lot of fun to play. I would recommend you to try it out. It was so cool to play in general, to sweep so many opponents with Charizard, but take your time to learn the team and don't throw it away after like 1 or 2 sets being like, oh my god, I went like 2 and 3 in more sets and such a bad team. It takes the time to actually know and understand the matchup. So feel free to copy this team. A lot of fun, but might be a little bit more of a trickier one. It's not like straightforward because it is like a little bit more trickier to play with Charizard, but cool team to play for sure though. Team number 9, we're going to have a team that is like kinda everywhere in 2 kind of variants. I saw a lot of people running the Superior. They were, I think, like Zionic and Home Slice Henry made a video, I think at the same time, or the same person sent it to them, who got like to Legend with this team, with the Superior, and I think with the debuffing charge move, forgot the name of it. So like this would be an alternative, but I also saw here Kabigonbe, I don't know if this is the way you say the name, going to be able to get up to, I think, also 3,500 elo range or something with this team, but with Annihilape in the lead. And so you can feel free to choose whatever you want to choose. Apparently, this is a very good team to use, so feel free to do so. I encounter this team also quite often. Very good team to run, and we can move on to the final one for today. Final one, I don't really have to talk too much about this one, I think. Yeah, this player I think got up, I think 500 elo in like one day, which was during the Go Battle weekend. Run it if you want to. It is toxic. It is definitely worth it to do your battles fast. It definitely does work. You can also run Magical Leaf on the Victory Bell, but do you really want to run it? I'm not too sure. But yeah, this is going to be it for this video. Very good team at the end. I kind of want to put it at the end so people maybe don't really want to run this. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like and I'll see you then. Bye bye.